So my name's Henry Spalding, part of the business development management team here at CACEIS, sort of focusing on our relationships with different pension schemes, both corporate and within the public sector, so working with a number of the LGPS. The pensions industry continues to evolve, and actually the responsibility upon the trustees and pension schemes is continually increasing. Before, their primary objective was to invest in the best interests of those members to deliver the best possible pension pot for their retirement. Now there are a lot of external pressures. Firstly, the push from the UK government to start investing in UK assets. I think the figure of around 80 billion has been thrown around, and even Torsten Bell, the most recently elected pensions minister, has also come out saying that there is that push there. And even from maybe a pressure from society when looking at sort of the ESG side of things, settings at net zero targets and screening out certain investments. And I think that's one of the key things why at CACEIS, we made it one of our key mission statements is to best equip our clients, so the trustees and the pension boards, with the best possible data so that they can make those informed decisions whilst managing these different expectations and pressures within the industry. So if we kind of take the diversification to private assets and as an example there, it's not sort of dealing with your traditional assets, your equities and your fixed incomes, where the data is readily available on exchanges and actually the infrastructure between different parties has already been set up. With private assets, you'd be relying on those sort of external investment managers for their valuations to deliver those, not necessarily on a daily basis, but it could be monthly, it could be quarterly. And a lot of, I guess, where custodians' perspective and asset services, one of the key challenges there is a lot of their systems haven't been built to work with both traditional and private assets. So quite often trustees aren't receiving consolidated views of their whole portfolio and all of their accounting and performance on one report. Whereas at CACEIS, one of the key things that we've strived to do, and part of that mission statement for data, is utilizing the platform SimCorp Dimension. This has been built to cater for both data sets, so they can be working in harmony. And our clients then are going to fully benefit from having one holistic view of real-time data of both over their traditional and private assets. Yeah, so if we kind of look from an ESG perspective, one of the key challenges there is you're not quite sure on what is the underlying asset that you're investing in. If you take, for an example, a fund of fund, although it might have a lot of the labels around saying, yes, it's ESG friendly, quite often you've got to go to the look-through data, which is not quite readily available for trustees in order to make those informed decisions and ensure that they're actually adhering to the net zero targets and potentially screening out certain sectors. And so they can partner with data providers. But the key challenge there is everyone's way of calculating ESG ratings is going to differ. So if you speak with one data provider, they might suggest this is an 8 out of 10, whereas another could suggest a 6 out of 10. So one of the key challenges for trustees is going to be identifying the methodology of that data provider to ensure that that does actually adhere to their investment principles. And I guess that all sort of encompasses as to that mission statement that I spoke about earlier with CACEIS, as to what we look to do is go beyond just the traditional custody offering and look to best equip trustees and pension funds with data so that they can continue with their primary objective of making those best investment decisions for their members.